Oh, hi there. If you're new here, my name is Sarah and I make simple living and motherhood content. I have a beautiful 13-month-old daughter, and if you don't already know, there's a part 1 of this video that I will link here or down below, whichever I can figure out. But basically I went through the entire kitchen, taking out every single item one by one and seeing what I could declutter, reorganize, you name it. And it was a 30-minute long video, but we're here for part 2, going to tackle the junk drawer, aka utility drawer, and the cleaning supplies. If you're just coming to this video first, I'm a little scared for you because these are like the messiest drawers in my whole house, so please don't judge, but we need to figure out some sort of solution for it. So I'm actually going to start with the cleaning supplies because it's not as bad as our utility drawer. And I say utility because I feel like saying utility drawer is just a fancy term for junk drawer, which is essentially what it is. But over here, I'll show you what we have to start. Truthfully, not so bad. I will say this little guy here has come in handy immensely. My dog's probably gonna be a part of this video quite a bit because she is a little bit nosy. But yeah, let's just take everything out to start. I can already see some stains down here. When I go to the store, I think I'm actually gonna pick up the little mats to protect the bottom down here because there's a little bit of water damage that I don't like to see in our home. Before I actually took out all the kitchen supplies and put it on the countertop, but for this specific drawer, I'm just gonna do the floor, and then for the other side, I will put them on top. But let's go clean it up. I think I spoke too soon. This cabinet wasn't as bad as I anticipated, but I'm just gonna talk through what I'm gonna keep and get rid of. We're getting rid of just excess boxes that had the sponges and the laundry, the Swiffer mopper pads. And then this dish soap was super annoying to get to the bottom of. It was like one of those reusable ones, which in theory, great, but just didn't work for us. So I'm just gonna throw this jar away because it's basically empty. And then I'm all about trying to use things that are more natural in our home, and I think I got this when I closed in our home as a little gift set thing from the builder, and I just don't want to use it on our dishes because of the chemicals, so I'm honestly just gonna throw it away. Next up we have our duster. I think I'll keep this in here, but I will move this little pet spray to the garage because we keep the wet vac in the garage. So it just makes sense to keep things with the items they belong with. So let's start putting this on back. It's time. All right, this is my ugly cabinet. I'll just call it that. My baby actually loved this cabinet, in fact, because there's so many things to pull out of it. So we're gonna get it under control. Yeah. I cannot believe that this is everything that came out of that drawer. I had to move the phone back so you could see everything that was in this little cabinet. But there's a few categories of things that are under here, starting with the reusable bags, then decorations, and pet supplies. Everything else is mostly just more miscellaneous things thrown into here. but I'm gonna kind of keep this as the pet supply and reusable bag area. So we're gonna have to put things away that don't belong, which is a lot. But right off the bat, I'm gonna start with these two little banner garlands. I have a seasonal bin in the garage. Now I think it's just this, so I'll be right back. Alright, so a few things that don't belong as well will be this diffuser that I used to keep in our kitchen, but it ended up just being more clutter than it was something that I used often. So I think we're actually gonna get more use out of putting this in our bedroom. This candle I don't end up burning, similar to the little dishwasher tablet things. I know how many chemicals are in artificial fragrance and I just don't want to burn it. So it's half burnt, but I'm gonna just throw it away because I don't use it. I don't want to keep it. What else is there? This is also a Bath & Body Works candle holder that back in the day I used to love because I use their candles all the time. Now I don't buy them anymore, so it's kind of pointless to keep this. I think I'm going to sell or donate this depending on when I get around to it. So I'm gonna put that away, and then the little sloth pot plant holder, I guess you'd call it, that belongs in our little extra cabinet that we have in the guest bath. So I'm gonna go put those back, and these little frames I love to include in baby girl's nursery. She is sleeping right now, so I'm not gonna go in her room, but I think I'm gonna put this in the guest bath, which is next to her room, so that I don't forget in the morning. We're making progress. Here is what's left. I'm actually gonna keep these little mesh bags in my car. I'm keeping these to eventually take off the labels, and I'm hoping to collect 2 more so that we can have little jars for overnight oats. And then this I'm gonna end up taking on my trip to South Florida to see my mother-in-law, because I'm hoping that she will make me some homemade vanilla in this little bottle. So we will take that to the car. And then these are just some football things that we want to keep, but we'll take out with like football season coming up. So I don't want to put it away in like the seasonal bin because I might forget about it, but I'm just gonna leave this on the bottom. Maybe we can find some other type of organization to store it, but it's just little coasters and then little like football shaped ice cubes, cutesy little things. And then for the dog stuff, I did have that one bag that I already put away of biscuits. I will say, I guess clothing, like the bandanas and her party supplies. But I do have her little grooming kit that we keep and her treats, as well as a few other like just things to take care of her that are just kind of loose that I'm gonna end up looking for an organization solution for. So other than that, we have the spice labels that I don't really know how I'm gonna keep this down there, but I guess we'll throw it in neatly. Yeah. And then these we use all the time. I'd love to hang them by this, but I will probably pick up a command hook because I don't currently have them. So I'm gonna go do that. So there we have it. The only thing I didn't quite talk about is this little basket that I have on the shelf up here, which is just Biscuit's little extra poop bags. That looks like so much better. I'll give you a close-up. So I'm here feeling really proud of myself for getting this far, and then I realized I forgot to do the last drawer. Yeah, that's not pretty. It's almost 10, so I'm gonna speed run this one. Alright, it's getting late and I'm getting tired, so just need to do one thing at a time. I can actually throw this back in here. I don't even know what these cords go to. I'm gonna give these to my husband. I do know this all goes in the garage. Well, this is my husband's office, but let me at least put that away. That's something. Oh. And this goes to his office too. At least this is easy. This is all bathroom stuff. So let me go put that away. This I'm gonna put in my nightstand, as well as a little lip thing. This goes in baby's room, pantry. I'm gonna throw away this pen. These are more like crop supply type things. So I'm gonna put crop supply stuff together. Would you count thumbtacks as crop supplies? See, no, I feel like that's like random, like thumbtacks need to go in here too. Yeah. Still more full than I'd like. We need to figure out the organization for this, but making progress at least. This little nutcracker guy, he had broken, and I need to get little toothpicks to fix the leg, but it's been on my to-do list since Christmas time. I'm gonna keep him in the drawer too. I do need to get to this though, so I can just put it away. Alright, this one's easy. This goes with the decorations. These are extra curtain ring clips, and I do want to keep them in case we end up hanging like more curtains and I can use them. Just like, I don't know where is a good place to put them. Not in here, because they're never going to be used in the kitchen. Maybe our entertainment stand? Yeah, this, we already had 2 different types of iPhone charging cables in the back of this drawer, but this cable is cracked and kind of yellowing, so I'm just gonna throw this one away since we have plenty of extra, but I'll keep the little shark guy. Did you guys ever use these when you were younger? Little shark cable things to help them from breaking. Clearly didn't work, but they're cute. Birthday banner, or not banner, sash, birthday sash. I might get to use this in 2 weeks for my birthday. I'm just gonna throw it in here because I'm getting tired. Yeah. These guys too. I don't like that I'm just putting more stuff in here, but doing my best, guys. This goes to our hose, and this I think goes to the shoe rack at the front of our house. I just don't really have another spot for it that works. So I guess we'll keep it. These we don't need in this cabinet. I'm gonna see if my husband needs these cords, but if not, we will just throw them away because they're just more USB-C, which we do have a lot of. I'm definitely still gonna keep some storage organization solutions in mind for this drawer because it still looks a little bit messy. We did it. Well, if you've made it this far into this video, thank you so much for being here. I'm not done yet. I'm actually still gonna go out the rest of this week and see if I can find a few different organizational solutions. I'm not exactly sure what I'll get, but really excited to just give this kitchen a little upgrade and keep it functional. We are back. I went to Goodwill and then I went to a little combo store of TJ Maxx and Home Goods, and here is what I found. The first big thing that isn't quite organization but will end up helping us out with our organization is a knife block. My husband and I have actually been talking about getting this for like months, and I finally found one at Home Goods that was the right price that we needed. Can you believe this is like a $200 knife set? Hi, you're calling Dad Dad? Baby's playing over there. But it's a $200 knife set online, $40. I'm like, is that price right? Like, I couldn't believe my eyes, but that was a definite pickup. But of course, if we're adding something to the kitchen, we're also gonna take away. So I'm gonna get rid of the other knives that we have, minus the two actual like nice knives that we have, because all the other ones are just cheaper knives. So I'm gonna go work on that later. And then I found this little, I think it's a 5-pack of these smaller bins. I'm thinking for my teas, for the electrolytes, and for the junk drawer. I think this will really solve the organizational problem that we have there. And then this I got to line under the sink because I did notice a little bit of water damage down there, which I want to prevent in the future. And those were the TJ Maxx Home Goods finds. From Goodwill, I found this, which I thought would be perfect for Biscuit's little miscellaneous supplies. And then this little jar, I haven't quite decided what I'm gonna use it for yet, but I really liked the look of it. I might have overpaid. It was like $6.99 at Goodwill, which I was kind of like, it's a little steep for just one jar, but I think it's really cute. So happy with that find still. And then this little berry strainer, whatever you call it, kit thing, $5. But I have been on the hunt for one of these. I know it's not organization, but I'm gonna keep it in the fridge because I just love the idea of having like fresh washed berries that I can just pull right out of the fridge. And it's actually the Crate and Barrel brand, which I know is a really high quality brand for kitchen supplies. So I was super stoked about that. I did go over budget. My original thought was between $40 and $50 to spend for all of this. Obviously minus the knife set, that was just a random find. But let me just go through prices really quick. It was $6.99, $9.99 for this basket. I was thinking reusable bags. $6.99 for the liner, $6.99 for this. It was $4.99 for this basket, and then $4.99 for this. So you do the math. I'll put it on the screen for how much I spent on the specifically organizational parts of this little haul. But I don't think I did too bad, all things considered, and I'm actually really excited for the functionality that this is gonna add to our kitchen. So let's go see how it looks. just something so satisfying about a fresh berry. Delicious. I think I'm just gonna use this as like a little medicine catch-all kind of thing. I ended up having extra of this, which is awesome because I can just go ahead and line our bathroom cabinets with this, just because I want to protect anywhere that could potentially get wet from water. So we're gonna definitely keep this on hand. I've got to say, these small changes that I've made in just decluttering and organizing this kitchen have already made me want to cook so much more, and I have been cooking so much more, and I've even been doing a better job at resetting the kitchen every single night because that's something I really try hard to do, but I didn't get around to very often before, I will say, I'll admit. But thank you so much for being here. If you've made it this far, please subscribe and like this video if you haven't already. It really does help my channel, especially as a new YouTuber. And have a wonderful evening. Bye.